Here we are, starting to work our way into this new normal.
Oh, what fresh hell is this?
Actually, it's not so bad. Coming out of our houses, social distancing, wearing masks. Actually, I kind of like that part. I feel like a sexy bandit. Except, sometimes I forget my pants.
What the hell?
The point is, we're all going to get through this. Take care of each other. Be considerate. Wash your hands. And remember, Toxic Radio is here for you. We'll rock you with the music and entertain you with the shows. We'll make it just a little easier to adjust to this weird new world.
I love you guys.
We're not going anywhere, and we appreciate you being along for the ride.
Enjoy your pants.
Oh yeah, you betcha. Remember, play life safe. Play your radio toxic.
Hey, this is Kel Mitchell, and you're listening to Toxic Radio. Uh-oh, it's getting toxic.
Hi, it's Steve Morrison from the President Steve Show, and you're listening to Toxic Radio. Get infected like you would with a cheap hooker.
Enjoying all that Toxic Radio has to offer? Well, make sure you like and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Be the first to find out about ticket giveaways, amazing guests, awesome contests, and Toxic Radio events. Just search Toxic Radio Live, all one word, and press that little button. Every time you do, someone here at Toxic Radio will get their wings. Yay! Well, not really. Aww. But we will get a warm, fuzzy feeling in our tummies. But then again, that just might be the beer. Anyway, like and follow us, and we will see you out there on the interwebs.
Keep listening to Toxic Radio all this month and you'll hear screams, growls, stories of death and dismemberment. And that's just the bands. At Toxic Radio, we do Halloween just a little bit harder. Don't play it safe. Play it toxic. It's Toxic Radio, and 'tis the season for frightening masks, demonic voices, and men in heavy face makeup.
I'll swallow your soul.
And you might even see some people trick-or-treating, too.
Swallow this.
At Toxic Radio, we do Halloween just a little bit harder. Don't play it safe. Play it toxic.
Hungry for Hope Nation. Here we are. Reckless Donnie Hart and my co-host. Co-host?
Big time Tim Gorgeous.
And we have live in the studio. Tim, what about this guy we have in the studio? He became an overnight sensation in the sports gambling. What do they call it? Yanni the Greek.
Handicapping.
How's it going?
That's what it is.
Yes, that is the word we've been looking for since before the show. Handicapping. And I got to tell you, I complained about it, Donnie, last week, but you might be onto something, man. I think if you just keep berating me, I mean, maybe I'll keep picking the right thing.
Yanni, let me tell you something.
Who the hell is Lonnie?
Don't tell us how to do our job.
Your picks have been dead on. Your attitude a little shitty. You don't follow rules. You don't listen a lot. But,
Yeah, that
you
describes
can do
me.
that if you have the record you have picking games.
That pretty much describes me in every walk of life there. Where you say, don't listen a lot, kind of do whatever I want now. No, you nailed it.
Your picks, man. I don't know this stuff. I gamble a little, but I was getting hit up by people, and they're like, guys like Yanni get paid big bucks in Vegas to hand out winners.
Well, I'm still waiting on the check, but
don't wait too long, brother.
By the graces of the football gods, we put together another good week here on the Hungry for Hope podcast. So.
5-1. You were 5. What were you last week, Jan?
6-3.
And the week before?
And the week before, 4-1.
4-1, 6-3, 5-1. You know, the people that beat told me they're the numbers that, you know, people might come snatch you off our little big show.
I'll never leave my roots here, Don. You know that, you know?
Yeah, you had one dream. What would be your dream job in this kind of field?
My dream job, honestly,
Quarterback for the Eagles? Can you throw?
No, maybe receiver. No, but honestly, what I would like, my favorite thing about sports and football in general, is scouting. The scouting aspect of it. You know, being able to watch a player play and tell you exactly what he's good at, what he's bad at, how to use him, that kind of thing. Just something I became interested in as soon as I started looking into it, and yeah, for sure, I do scouting all winter long, and I have spreadsheets and nonsense. Of all
Jerry
that.
Maguire, was he? No, he was an agent,
That's
right?
An agent. No, we're thinking.
Show me the money, Yanni.
No, more like along the lines of, like, I don't know if you know Daniel Jeremiah of the NFL Network. Like, he's their lead. You know, he's basically Mike Mayock now.
So Yanni,
there you go, Mike Mayock. We all know Mike Mayock.
Yanni, tomorrow you wake up and you get an offer, and they say, come be a scout for the Philadelphia Eagles, but you can't be on Hungry for Hope anymore. What decision? That's a tough decision.
Think wisely before you answer that question.
Yeah. I mean, there's the Fifth Amendment, and choose to stand by that right now.
Fifth Amendment, Yanni. Are you lawyering up?
You a cop?
All I'm doing, I'm a cop. I'm a cop right now. No, listen. I mean, scouting is my drive. I do the.
So that's your dream job.
I do the work, even though no one pays me to do it.
That's
so if they started offering to pay me, yeah, for sure. No, definitely.
That's your dream job. Hungry for Hope's your new passion. You're doing great at. What? Tell the people. We want to know about Yanni the Greek, because that's all I've been. Me and Tim been doing the show forever, and people have talked about you more than me and Tim this week. What do you do for a living, Yanni?
I'd like to say it was more as interesting a background as you guys, but no, I'm work.
You're a pro wrestler, brother.
Right? No, I'm a controller.
Ex-heroin addict?
Not quite as interesting, like I said. No, I'm a controller at a food distribution company. You know, I do all kinds of accounting.
You're a controller at a
human
food
resources, that kind of that back.
You're already
stuff.
making me fall
I
asleep.
know. Imagine doing that for your whole.
They haven't fired you for being on our show.
They haven't, not yet. No, I think we.
You were on the Pool Shark Pete episode. That could have got a lot of people.
We're doing
fired.
a good job of blocking it out away from my employees. You know what I mean, so they don't see. No, I actually have gotten some
you think
feedback.
You're better than us?
I've gotten some feedback on the show from people that do listen at work, and they like it. They dig you guys. They dig what we're doing here. So
that's awesome, man. We want to give a shout out to everybody you work with. But Yanni, it's time to get back to business. We let you finally have your little moment where we treat you like a real person and not just our hired gun.
I got to tell you, I didn't like it. Just treat me like shit again.
The people want to know about you, Yanni. So we're gonna be getting into weekly, we're going to be getting into maybe your love life, maybe your interests, everything.
Hey,
Yanni, you single?
I am single, yeah.
You're single? Are you looking for a girl, a guy? What are you looking for?
Well, I mean, it would
The
be a
wanna
girl.
know,
Not that there's anything wrong with the other
You're like
one,
the new hottest thing, and that's going to bring the girls.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
We're going to have a line outside Toxic Radio.
Right now, Donnie, Tim, I'm just living life. You know what I mean? I'm still young for another year.
What do you
want
to? You want a hooker or something?
Just living life, taking whatever comes to me. You know what I mean? I'm not out searching for anything right now.
You ever buy a hooker?
No, I have not bought a hooker.
I'm just asking. Remember we had Pool Shark Pete on? That guy was so crazy. Pool Shark Pete did a top 5 hooker list in Atlantic City?
I am still waiting for the top 5 hooker list.
He was talking about writing a book. He was like, hooking in Atlantic City. I'm like, Pete, what are you doing? I don't know if he was a pimp or whatever.
Why is he writing the book?
It was bizarre. I don't know. He said he's an expert on hookers in Atlantic City. Hey, Tim's buddy, I don't know.
Apparently everyone's an expert at something. If I'm the sports expert, so
yeah, we might bring him on.
He was gonna do the Escort 8.
Yeah, but off hookers and back on sports, Yanni. Let's get back to business.
Yeah.
Tell us why you did so good this week.
Sounds like my
what
weekend.
happened?
Okay. No, like I said.
But seriously, Yanni, you like hookers?
I don't. Everyone, hey, listen.
If I brought a hooker in the studio right now, if me and Tim secretly brought one,
listen, everyone's got to make money somehow. All right, this is a capitalist society.
So you want the hooker?
You go out and you get your money, ladies.
If there's any hookers listening to the show, please message us. Contact us. Yanni is looking.
All right, so listen, hooker, actress Kathy Bates, toxic producer Mike. Fuck, marry, kill. Go.
Well,
Stop wasting time. Go, Jan.
I'm probably, fucking the hooker, right? You marry Kathy Bates.
The hooker. What was the hooker's name? Joe, right?
Joe, yes.
Joe, you're gonna fuck Joe.
Eric the hooker.
And sorry, Toxic Mike, gotta kill you, bud. Yeah.
We just killed our producer. Only on Hungry for Hope can you hear this bullshit. Yanni, get back to sports before our
Also,
show gets canceled. You
I,
just
th-
killed
I
the
think
producer.
Kathy Bates would take good care of me. You know?
Who's Kathy
You ever
Bates?
seen
Who's she
Misery?
fight for?
Cuz?
Yanni, sports. We're getting back.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You were
I'm ready.
5-1.
You keep asking me about the.
What was the big thing this week?
No, the big loss was the Washington, the football
Oh.
team. I can't believe it.
So one of our listeners.
That's what happens when you bet against racists.
One of our listeners, real quick, Steph said, "Oh, Yanni is a cutie. He don't need a hooker."
See?
LOL.
Yeah,
So
everybody,
she-
listen to Steph here.
She,
Steph-
was, she was laughing as she typed it. She put an LOL.
Steph, would you go on a date
I
with
appreciate
Yanni?
the sports, Steph.
If she, we're trying to, I'm gonna get off sports again, but maybe
We're
we'll
never
just
gonna
have
get
Yanni
there.
as like,
Yanni, gotta stop
win a date with
distracting.
Yanni or something.
Yeah.
A little show.
Sure. Hey, whatever.
Maybe we
I'm
can
basically
Paid for by Hungry for Hope.
Wait.
We'll pay for dinner.
Better yet, we auction Yanni off to raise money for the Hungry for Hope nonprofit. that
We'll
just
officially be
launched.
pimps.
Look at this.
But it's for a good cause.
Well, you guys have just kind of swung me around, kind of doing whatever with me. You put gold chains on me. I'm wearing suits with $100 bills coming out. So whatever. I mean, yeah.
Yanni, it's working.
I'm basically just a
It's working. You,
dancing monkey for you guys here.
dance.
Oh,
Make me laugh, clown.
it's working. Whatever we're doing is working.
it
Jan.
is. It is. I got to respect the process. I mean, that's the one thing I've learned here.
Yeah, trust the process. But Yanni, stop bullshitting. And I know you want to do all the small talking and tell us about yourself. Oh, I do this for a living.
Can we
don't
please get
care.
into the Washington
Just
game?
focus on
Sports.
sports.
Why
man.
did you pick the team with a racist name or former racist name?
Because it's not a racist name anymore. No, I like what Riverboat Ron is
You
doing.
into white
over there.
supremacy, Jan?
I am not.
You work
into
out at
it,
Attila's gym?
No, they won't let me there again. We've been over this plenty of times, guys.
just
I'm not from
asking,
this country.
I thought it was
remember?
bizarre that you had such a hard on
like-
for a team that named themselves something like that.
Makes me
Throughout the
I just
course
want to know who's on my show.
Listen,
that's
throughout
all.
the course of the year, if you're betting every week, you're going to end up betting on every team. I mean, pretty much.
We got to run.
Except maybe the
background
New
check.
York Jets.
I love this guy trying to make up this crazy excuse why you should. All right, Jan. Keep
So
going.
what the game comes down to is Washington turns the ball over. The Giants score to go up a touchdown. Washington comes back down. Whoa. Scores the touchdown. 19-20 is the score. Riverboat Ron Rivera.
Hold up. So they scored that. They needed one more point, so all they had to do was kick the extra point to
they
tie
need-
the game with 30 seconds left.
Right, and get to overtime.
That's what you do, right? That's what they
traditionally.
did.
But Riverboat Ron wasn't trying to hang around in that game long enough. He had somewhere to be. Maybe he's got some cancer treatments. I don't know. The man's dealing with some stuff.
You're talking about Ron Rivera, the coach.
Ron Rivera, the coach of the
He's
Washington
a good
football
guy.
team. He's a good coach, good guy. I like the move. You know that the Washington team you're coaching isn't really going anywhere. So play boldly. Unfortunately, it didn't go well. 20-19 is the final score. The Giants win. So those of you who took the Washington football team on the money line were probably upset about that.
I hate that move, Jan. It shows you have no confidence in your team.
I get that. I get that point of view for sure. But I also think, on the other side, you're showing confidence in your quarterback and your offense to go and win the game. And, you
don't
leave
we
very
just-
little time on the other side.
Weren't we just bitching about Doug Peterson not going for the two in the Cincinnati game?
Was it? Well, that was the punt was the problem.
Oh, yeah, the
Right,
punt.
yeah,
We
the-
gave it
the
all
punt.
up. Soft like a pillow.
Yeah. And he played conservatively, which looks like
He
it's
didn't kick
working
the
out.
field goal. The
Big-
field goal.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was.
But I guess that he figures when your major competition is this Cowboys team that just absolutely embarrassed themselves on Monday night, it's a little bit easier to take that punt.
Yanni, great point. Tell us about the Dallas Cowboys. Did you bet them?
I didn't, no, and I did.
Tell us what was going
I
on
did
with
the good people of Hungry for Hope Nation. I did them a disservice by not picking the Arizona Cardinals there. It was easy. It was right there. Sometimes the line is just a line, and it doesn't really mean anything. I read into the line thinking maybe the Cowboys were juiced for the game, something like that. They didn't.
Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott broke
He's
his
gone.
leg.
Yeah, and sometimes the team rallies. That's not what happened. And in fact,
Not when you're a scumbag with a star on
not
your
when you're a
jersey.
scumbag, no. And in fact, the opposite happened. The team seemed to have just quit. And after the game, a whole bunch of these headlines coming out about, the coaching staff isn't prepared. The coaching staff doesn't know how to do their jobs. It's ugly in Dallas.
Maybe it's just a curse of the redheaded quarterback.
It might be that. I mean, the redheaded quarterback that resides in Philadelphia has straightened out his game a little bit
Yeah, he
more.
looked good.
He looks okay. I mean,
Did you pick the Eagles?
I had the Eagles over.
You had the Eagles
So
over. Well,
the big rally.
and you won it at the last minute with that crazy stuff.
They had covered before that. But yeah, definitely some insurance there. Eagles came to life. Carson Wentz, like I said, has ironed his game out. He's not the problem anymore. Now he's dealing with.
Hold up, you like Carson Wentz?
And now he's dealing with the three of us at receiver, and he's making stuff happen.
So you think Carson Wentz is good, but he just doesn't. A lot of injuries on the personnel.
The injuries, but Carson is who he is, right? So he's not like a top 5 quarterback in the league. He probably never will be. Let's admit that to ourselves. I think we can all come to that agreement. But he can definitely be in the top 10, that 8 to 12 range, where you can win a Super Bowl with that guy.
It's a good point, Jan. But sometimes I feel like he looks like he's just not the person he used to be.
So this is where my analysis kind of like makes sense here, is that he is going to make those mistakes. He's going to make some mind-numbing mistakes that you go, what's he looking at there? Where's he throwing it? He's not super accurate, in the short game, that kind of thing, and he'll float some balls that'll get picked off. That's who he is, but you can live with that.
So you're saying we shouldn't put Jalen Hurts in?
No, but I do like what Doug was able to do in this game. He used Jalen Hurts as a spark for this
So
team.
tell everybody, for anybody who don't know, Jalen Hurts is a guy we randomly picked in the second round.
Yeah.
He's a quarterback from Oklahoma, way of Alabama. He played at both colleges. The kid was a complete stud in college. I'm a huge fan. The pick, I didn't understand the pick.
Mm-hmm.
I like Jalen Hurts as a person, as a quarterback. And he finally got in for some plays, and it was exciting.
Mid-second quarter, Eagles are down, I believe, 17-0, and just completely flat. And in comes Jalen Hurts to run a few plays during the drive. I believe he ran 3 or 4 plays, including a couple first downs that he picked up with his legs. It gave the team enough of a spark, enough of something different for the defense to think about, that they were able to get on schedule and pick something up. And credit this Eagles team for not quitting. I mean, they have every reason to look around the locker room and go, where's Alshon Jeffrey? Where's Deshaun Jackson? Look, now Zach Ertz gone. He's going to miss 3 or 4 weeks.
What's our record, Jan?
And the record's 1-4-1.
You call that not quitting? What do you mean? I don't understand how you're happy about.
I'm not happy.
Let's
quitting.
Be clear.
I'm not happy. But
we
they
took a
didn't
tie
quit.
against Cincinnati instead of going for the win. That's
they
quitting.
They didn't quit. That's a good Ravens team that you're playing against, and you can just mail that game in, and everyone's safe, and no one.
And they
gets hurt.
lost.
And they lost.
I
but
don't care about the
they
score. I
came
care
roaring
about
back.
the L or the W,
Well,
Jan.
the defense
You're
is
caught
just-
up with these spreads because you're this big gambling guy. You got a big head now. So everybody said you're the
we
man.
just talked
Everybody's
about-
trying to date you. All it matters, not your little spread plus whatever. It's the L or the W they lost, Jan.
We just talked about during this show about how the Cowboys quit and it looked so ugly against that Arizona Cardinals team, and that's them playing at home. To not, revert to quitting and protecting yourself and that kind of thing that falls on the coaching. That means that the coach's message isn't stale yet. The players haven't given up on the locker room.
Even the defensive coaching message is stale.
The defensive coaching message is stale to me, but as long as he keeps guys energized, I guess.
I mean, we lost both
It's
games because of the
bad.
defense.
Yeah.
You can't stop
Yeah,
it.
the defense can't stop it. Avonte Maddox is just getting picked on that side opposite Darius Slay. Nathan Jerry, we've talked about it before, but he's like the worst guy in coverage I've ever seen. We were talking about it, guys, before the show kicked off there. Every other team's got some safety linebacker mix guy that they're putting all over the place, right? Aligning them everywhere, really messing up the offense's game plan. The guy that the Eagles rely on to do that is Nathan Jerry. It's just not good enough. He's a gimmick third down player at best.
So, all right, you're saying that, but you also touched on Jim Schwartz, the coaches.
Yeah.
Do you think one of our coaches is going to get fired during the season or after? There's a chance?
I don't see it during the season, especially because it does look like this pathetic team is going to make the playoffs.
Hold up. You think the Eagles are going to make the playoffs?
One team from every division gets in.
5-10-1, division winner.
Tim, you hear him? Everyone from every division gets in. One team. Dude gets a couple followers, and now he's like Mr. We know that, Yanni. We know sports. We don't have 5-1 records this week, but we know sports.
So I mean,
The Cowboys.
really? That Cowboys team
They're
you watched
first, aren't they?
The Cowboys team you watched on Monday. That team's gonna make the playoffs.
The Eagles team you watched on Sunday is going to make it?
I feel better about that than
How about the New York Giants?
So, well, I guess we'll find out here in 11 days when the Eagles and Dallas
We're
Cowboys face
find
off.
out on Thursday.
We're going to
what's
find out
going
tomorrow.
down.
Yeah,
Tomorrow, the Eagles play the Giants on Thursday
That's
Night
right.
Football.
And they better
always
show
put
up.
the worst games on Thursday night.
It is. It's
they
a bad
put
slate.
like the worst. I think they got to do it on purpose. It has to do
It's a
something with
bad slate.
ratings.
That Bears-Bucks game was okay.
Yeah, but they're such bad teams that it could make for a good game.
Sure. Of course, as Eagles fans, we don't want it to be a good game. We want it to be a walkover because it should be.
Tell us about that game, Jan. Tell us your picks.
Sure. So the
You've
Giants.
been doing your picks on Saturday, but tomorrow's the Thursday game, so obviously we're going to
Yeah,
do it there.
let's get into it since we have a unique opportunity here. Well, we'll see the team
You're
before.
unique.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
No problem.
Yo, you're blowing his head up even
I was
more.
trying to drop some hope. We haven't had a lot of hope in here recently.
So the Eagles open up at home as a 4.5-point favorite. Total is 45 in the game, so they're expecting a low-scoring game. I probably agree with that. Again,
You're
we'll
wrong.
see. The Giants are a pretty bad team, although they did just get their first win of the season against the Washingtons. I can't do it. I keep saying the Washington. I don't know. Anyway.
They're a football team.
Middling on defense. You would think that the Giants were bad on defense. They're right about in the middle, right about an average defense. James Bradbury, their top corner, playing real well. So maybe he sees a lot of Travis Fulgham. Maybe he sees Deshaun Jackson, who should be back in this game finally. Maybe to play about
how's
20
Miles
snaps.
Sanders going to affect us?
Being out, we'll see more Boston Scott. We'll see more Corey Clement.
Well, B. Scott,
Yeah.
you going to rev it up?
So we're gonna work with that.
Bobby Sarvello, 48-3 birds.
Okay. I mean that
Good
would
thing
be
he's not our sports
that would be
expert.
easy. Of course, yeah. Don't see it happening. Jim Schwartz could leave any team to 3 points. That would be encouraging for the rest of the year.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
The Giants O-line is something I wanted to focus on because they have some names on there that looks like they should be really good.
Why, are they fancy names? Or
They're fancy. Andrew Thomas, who they took
That's
fourth
kinda
overall this year, was one of my favorite linemen in the draft. He's not having a great year, although he does have a touchdown catch.
That's
So-
not like a unique name, though. Andrew Thomas.
No, it's
like
not.
Joe Smith.
Kevin Zeitler, the guard, has been playing forever. Good, solid guard. And, of course, Will Hernandez, who's one of my favorite guards in the league.
Oh, you
just
got a favorite Giants player?
just
Cool,
a
cool,
mean
cool,
son
cool,
of
cool.
a bitch. I mean, he's just angry. I'm a draft guy, Tim.
Why don't you
know,
take
we
that
just
hat
talked
off?
about
It's disrespectful.
Get out of here, man. You know that.
You come bring constant disrespect to the Eagles.
we go
Our
again.
fans
Are we
aren't
gonna-
happy about it.
What are we going to bring up the whole Dak Prescott thing again? I mean,
Yanni, we'll bring up whatever we want. This is our show. You're just the guy who does the segments,
we
Yanni.
hashed that out, last week. Enough. People are sick of it.
I'm about to handicap the handicapper.
Yeah, right? Out of control. People are so crazy when
They
they
just
get a
bring me
little,
on here.
About
they
to throw a
berate
chair
me,
at 'em.
And I win money for their fans, right? No one gives a shit about me. But
Yeah, we're about to auction you off to the highest bidder. Calm down, cuz.
all right.
We're gonna give
Win
you
a date
second.
with Yanni the Greek next week on Hungry for Hope.
Our non-profits set to give people second chances. We're going to give you a second chance at love. I don't
Yeah,
even know
That's
if you...
adorable. I don't think I've ever had.
Yanni,
a
know what else is
Well, when you're,
adorable?
when you're in the Boy Scouts.
Ooh.
Ooh, Tim, we're
That's
not
a-
going there, bro.
That's a rough thing right now to bring up.
You
with
go
what's
down that
going on.
road.
Yeah.
Let's get back to sports, Yanni. Jesus Christ.
You guys
What else
keep
you
your
got?
eye on me.
What else?
I can go forever.
Let's get off NFL for a minute.
Sure.
Tell me about the UFC fight.
That's right. It's Khabib versus Justin Gaethje this week. Another big matchup. Him.
Yeah, I
Get
mean,
after it.
I would like to see Gaethje win. So, since I was mush last week, let's go Khabib. I mean, Khabib's got that shutdown wrestling. It's tough. He grew up wrestling bears and shit. Like, it's hard to out-wrestle him.
Who's the
We know-
favorite?
Khabib, hands down. I don't even
I'm
know what
bringing
the
up that,
odds are, but it's probably like -4 to 500.
We got Yanni the Greek on it. He's bringing up the odds. He'll get to us, but
Gaethje's got hands, though. He's got power in each hand. He can be a tough night for anybody, but if Khabib gets him to the ground, it's a wrap. It's kind of like the old George St. Pierre, the GSP thing. Just get him to the ground.
Now, in UFC, Tim, do you favor a fighter who's an expert wrestler or an expert striker? What would you think?
Depends. It was like the Aldo McGregor fight. Like, different stuff happens. Like, McGregor he had the hands. He was able to take him out before Aldo could get them to the ground, and he did it in style in 13 seconds. But then we seen what Khabib did to McGregor. It was just a mauling. I mean, the kid wrestles bears. Did you ever wrestle a bear?
Can't say I have, Tim.
It's not easy.
Does it have anything to do? I mean, I guess it has a lot to do with like the way you're able to defend yourself. I mean, if you don't have, experience boxing, let's say, and you leave yourself like vulnerable to that left hook from Mr. Hart over there, you're going to go down no matter how tough a son of a bitch you are, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's always that situation, like any given Sunday in football, right? You land that punch, it puts anybody out, and Gaethje's scary with that. He, like I said, he has power in both hands. He can beat you up. But is it going to be a quick ground game? Is Khabib going to try to show some balls and go in there and box with him, which I wouldn't recommend? I highly doubt he would because Khabib's smart.
He's a ground
a very good cage IQ. I think he's just going to go in there, take him down, and try to maul him as best as he can.
So right now, Khabib minus 340. Justin
lower
Gaethje
than I thought.
Plus 260. Yeah, it's a little bit tighter than I would expect.
See,
That's
Gaethje,
not
I would go like if he was like a plus 350, plus 400, then it's worth throwing a couple dollars on because that punch might land, or multiple punches might land. But with that kind of odds, unless you can find a good prop bet, I would stay away from betting on it. Unless you want to just go easy money, you got some money to throw down.
To your point there of Khabib, on the method of victory props, the favorite there is plus 195 him by submission.
We're talking about Khabib and Gaethje, and Mike's got Tyron Woodley versus Josh Koscheck up there. Thanks, Mike.
Tell us about that.
Probably going to get sued by Dana White right now, but you know what? It is what it is.
So, any other good fights on that card or what, Jan?
I mean, how long is Dana White going to deal with Joe Rogan, right? I mean, pretty soon there might be a spot in there for maybe somebody in the studio to pick up that spot. I'm just saying, you guys got something going here.
Are you leaving us, Jan?
I'm talking about you.
Well, stop trying to suck up, bro. We asked about the fights. Tell him what the fights are.
No. Tim, know what? I gave him an opportunity to do his job. He's not doing his job, so fuck it. We're moving on from sports, Tim.
You don't even have the fights up.
And I don't care. These guys come in with these. They get all these fans, and they have these big heads. I'm sick of it. Tim, let's move on to my favorite thing. Yanni?
On this set, I am the one
God
with
damn
the
it, Tim, control him. We're going on.
Security! Please, take me out of here. Give me my Sundays back.
Yanni?
Is he still upset because you just scream at him all Sunday?
I mean, it's effective, so I can't complain.
I'm effective at what I do, Tim. But besides messages all week about Yanni the Greek, I also got messages from a lot of dopes. But this Pats against Geno's we did. We did the Elite 8 bracket. Am I saying it right?
Elite 8.
Elite 8.
Elite 8.
We have the
Elite 8.
The
Unique
top
New
8.
York.
Our top 8 Philly cheesesteaks in the city of Philly on a March Madness type of tournament. But for the number 8 seed, we did a playing game. You know what a playing game is? It's the teams play and the winner gets that last seed. They make the tournament. And we did the two Philly, they're like the heavyweights. A lot of people talk shit on them, but without them, we're not the home of cheesesteaks.
Yeah, I mean, they're the OGs. They deserve the right for the playing game. Like, everybody wants to be like, oh, they're a tourist trap. Why don't you make a video about making your less than, bitch?
I think some people think they're so cool, like
Next
saying,
person-
"Oh no, Pats and Geno's ain't a real. That's tourists."
Next person that says donkeys, too. I'm sending
Everybody-
Donnie to your fucking house.
Everybody says donkeys. I put real big. Best cheesesteak in Philly. Donkeys in Camden.
You know what? After this is all over, we'll go review that. But we'll get back to them.
We'll go there. I got a lot of shit to say about them, but we're not doing that right now. We're doing Philly.
Yeah.
What?
It's not the New Jersey cheesesteak.
Who did you pick, Pats or Geno's,
I
Tim?
picked Pats.
You picked Pats. I picked Pats. Yanni, who do you pick?
I think we all picked Pats.
And the fans.
You,
Geno's had a good amount of votes. It was a close matchup.
yeah, they were neck and neck, man. I think Pats won by like one vote.
Really?
We had a lot of people email us, hit us up on social
Twitter.
media, everything.
Yeah.
And I tried to explain to people. I think it's just like cool for people to say like, "Oh, it's a tourist trap." Like, shut up, man. I love the experience. When I bring somebody to get a Philly cheesesteak, that's where I bring them. Pats and Geno's, you sit on that corner on 9th and Passyunk. Get there with me, guys. Get there. We're on 9th and Passyunk. You got Geno's on the one corner. Directly across is Pat's. These are the two rivals. And they're directly across each other. Obnoxious signs, obnoxious everything. There's always a cast of characters out there, man. They're open late. Everybody, a lot of people having a good time, doing a lot of good things out there. Get a lot of people out there. The clubs go there, but you got the Italian market there. Italian market's pretty cool. It's right there. I just think sitting there on that corner, I've had so many great times.
That you have.
I hate when people put them down. Quality, all right. You can argue, but I personally like Pat's cheesesteak. Maybe they're not number one, but
I'm not going to say no. If somebody's like, hey, let's go to Pat's or let's go to Geno's, I'm not going to say no. I'm just going to go get it. Like any of the places on this list.
A lot of the people who are knocking them are the same bozos who are asking why donkeys ain't in the Philly cheesesteak things in the city of Philly. So how much credit do you give somebody who can juggle for a living?
My favorite is like the average dickhead that's going to hit us up and be like, oh, well, what about this corner store bodega nobody ever heard of that I live down the street from? They're the best cheesesteaks in Philly.
Everybody wants to be that cool guy who has that like place. They don't want to go, shut up, man. Just eat the cheesesteak and like the ones that are good.
Yeah, I mean, if it was good, everybody would go there and then be on the list.
Listen, if you don't like Pats or Geno's, vote for John's roast pork.
And there was a couple places, that were right on that bubble that could have made it in.
Absolutely. Somebody hit me up that they wanted to know. Well, let's bring up I think we got the Elite 8 bracket.
Elite 8.
We'll bring it up. People can see some of the picks, and we'll go down. Somebody hit me up about Chubby's. Chubby's is right across the street from another place a lot of people were telling me got to be on the list, and they are D'Alessandro's.
Right.
They're not like, they're across from each other. They don't do it how Pat's and Geno's a whole different thing. They got big signs, real obnoxious. Chubby's is good, man, and I think they were in that top 10. They didn't make it. Like I said, everybody's going to have different tastes. We did our homework on this thing. So, Joe Blow, the bozo who's juggling, telling me, the worst Elite 8. Well, you're the worst person. Shut up. Sit down. Take a seat.
Johnny the Grill hit me up and said this list was
Johnny,
solid.
What was that? Your buddy, the guy who used to sell crack and now he sells pizza, turned his life around. Good guy.
He said he said this is pretty much the list. He might have had Phillips in there, maybe not.
But
And
see-
there's one of the top, but they just didn't make the cut.
Because Johnny knows the industry. He does his homework. I didn't just wake up one day and say, these are my Elite 8. Poof. Like these bozos are,
Nah, you ate like 30 cheesesteaks.
30
in 3 days.
cheesesteaks in like a little less than 2 weeks, I think it was.
Sonny's almost
You
killed
got
you.
like long-term stomach problems.
Notice
It
nobody
killed my body, man.
Notice nobody hit us up and was like, "Oh, Sonny should be on that list."
Yeah, right. But that's how just so everybody knows. That's how I did. This is the Dining with Donnie bracket and Hungry for Hope. I got assistance from my men, Big Time Tim and Yanni the Greek. But I went out and put the work in, Tim. Right? You came with me to a lot of these places. Sometimes we hit 3 cheesesteak places, and a day, and we ate them. We talked to the people who own them, work there. We talked to the chefs that cook them. We even talked to the one guy who cleans the tables outside. He's a homeless guy. He comes out and cleans the table. Because I wanted to hear everybody's opinion. From the guy who owns the place to the guy who, is living homeless outside the place cleaning up tables.
Right.
And I was over at Pat's. Great guy, too. He comes over, picks up your trash, and cleans your table. And, you give him a tip. But he's a good dude. I really got an...
And if you don't tip him, you're a jerk off.
Probably Yanni, right?
Yeah, he definitely wouldn't tip him.
Oh, I'm not tipping nobody. I went 5-1 this week. That's your tip, my
He'll
pick.
he'll give him a tip. He'll write a pick down on a piece of paper.
So, this how we found that is we went to all these places. I wanted to do, 30. That really, we're only looking for, like a top 5 at first and the Elite 8. So I figured we did 30. That could cover all the ones because a lot of people throw, so I kept it to 30. I asked people what ones, I took a lot of people told me where to go. You got the normal 10 are easy to name. A lot of people know the top 10. But there's other ones I checked out. I wanted all to be within 2 weeks. So I had them all fresh on my taste buds. And I checked out like I say, the backbone of any cheesesteak is what, Tim?
The bread.
The bread. You don't have good bread, you're not making anywhere near my list. And there were some ones that I was surprised, There was one place, I don't know if I want to say them, but I was looking forward to this place so much, Phillips. And, their bread just wasn't there. It wasn't up to par, and I thought they could be a top 3. They're not in our Elite 8.
Elite 8. Elite 8.
So Donnie, you mentioned bread.
Oh, looks like we got a caller jumping
Hold
on.
that thought.
Yeah, Yanni, calm down.
Is
Hold
somebody
on, I'm
calling
gonna
in
bring
about the
this guest on.
cheesesteaks?
Yeah.
We got a caller, Tim?
Yeah, he's on the line.
Yo, caller. You there, caller? Hungry for Hope Show. This is Donnie. Yo, this is Donnie on the Hungry for Hope Show.
Yeah, tell him to turn
Donnie,
down his radio.
is this
Yeah, it's me, the madman.
Who is this?
Can you hear me?
We cannot hear you good. Who is this?
Can you hear me at all?
Yo, we can hear you a little.
Yeah, how you doing, Donnie?
Hey, what's up, man? Who's this?
Moose Moretti.
Oh, Madman Moose Moretti. Are we in for a treat here? What's up, Moose? How you doing?
Madman Moose Moretti's here.
Talk about somebody who... Yeah, we hear you.
Good. So what's happening now? What do you guys need to know?
We're talking cheesesteaks, Moose, and you got some history at Gino's. You have an interesting story about Gino's Steaks. Tell us about your story with Gino's Steak. First off, let me tell everybody about your Madman Moose Moretti. If you don't know him, shame on you. Professional wrestler. I'm wearing his shirt. The Chain Gang.
What a coincidence.
And, Moose promotes wrestling. He wrestled. He does it all. Great guy. But, now tell us your Gino story, Moose.
Yeah, well, I had the production crew, and we went down there. And
Hold up, Moose. Production crew?
Cheesesteak maker.
Production crew for what?
Yeah. Hey, I had a production crew used to follow me around.
Oh, yeah. So, here's a picture right now. It's you and Pretty Boy Larry Sharp. We got the picture up. They were filming the reality show at the Monster Factory Pro Wrestling School. It was actually right when I started there, and they would follow Madman around, and they would film you. So the one day they went over to Gino's.
Right. We were doing the reality show at the Monster Factory, and I knew all them. Pretty much I grew up in South Philly, so they all, I knew Pat's and I knew Gino's, but I went over to Gino's and I said, let me come in there and cook some steaks. And I had experience doing it from when I was younger.
And you're also kind of an intimidating guy.
I spent all day.
You spent all day. They're not going to tell you no, Moose.
Spent all day making steaks at Gino's.
I heard you showed up with a baseball bat with barbed wire on it. Is that true?
Oh yes, yeah. If you watch the reality show,
yeah, I saw it. I saw the video. This is a true story. No wonder they said yes.
And I said to this one guy, he was trying to make money, and he wanted to wash my truck. I said, I'll give you $25 if you let me cut your head open with the barbed wire bat. He says, am I gonna bleed? I said, yeah, you're gonna bleed. So he kind of ran away. So
obviously, there we are. I can picture you right now. I remember seeing the video, man, because I came in the Monster Factory when you guys were filming this, and I got lucky enough to film some stuff for the reality show. But I remember seeing that. I don't even think I knew you at the time. I was like, I like this dude.
Where can you watch the reality show?
It was, yeah, like they said, I was the madman. I lived that gimmick 24/7.
So you went.
And that's just the way I was.
You got to cook at Geno's. That's a pretty cool experience.
Yeah, I cooked at Geno's right next to the main cheesesteak maker, right all day. And it's just amazing, how fast you get people in and out. There's a little trick to it, but I'm not telling you.
Tell us the trick, Madman. Tell us the trick.
No, I'm not telling you the trick. So anyway, but yeah, it's real nice. You put the steak, they set it all up. You just boom. It's like an assembly line. Steak, roll, boom. The other guy does whiz or onions. It works out really nice. That's how they get the people moving. Because when you get there, as well as I do, there's always a crowd around the building. Me, I used to go to Pat's and I used to go to Geno's. I used to get one from each. Just to see who was better that day. Because my opinion, they're always so busy. Whoever's a little slower is going to have the better steak that day. Believe it or not.
How do you like your? How does the Madman? How do you like your cheesesteak, Madman? How do you eat it? Whiz, provolone, onions, no onions?
I just get it. I asked him I asked him for a cheesesteak light whiz. I don't get the onions. I just get light whiz, and that's fine for me.
With barbed wire wrapped around the bread.
Because if you don't tell them light whiz, they kind of drown it. It's a little too overpowering.
Yeah, but
But I tell them light whiz, and they knew me, so they knew. I didn't even have to tell them. I walked up, they knew who I was. I'm even in the black book at Geno's. I'm like one of the only few people that can go in with a group of people, sit down at that table in the back, and have dinner.
That's awesome. It's amazing. It's amazing the doors that open in life when you walk around with a barbed wire bat. And, that's...
Yeah.
Try that.
And with all the, and I'm all scarred up. You know how I look. My head, my arms, I'm all scarred up. So I'm all tattooed up. So
you're a pretty intimidating guy.
Yeah, exactly. So I kind of get my way.
Hey, yo, I'm running the place today, brother. But that's cool.
Cause I lived in South Philly, so I didn't wait in line. I wasn't a tourist. I would just butt right in front, and who was going to say anything?
Yanni.
but it was an awesome time working there, and the people were all great. The people that worked there were great. We had a good time. We had a good time.
Moose,
I learned a lot. I learned a lot how they, especially the way how they move the crowd, get the crowd out of there. That was really cool. How they keep that line moving. That's a secret that I don't know. They want me to let anybody know, so I'm going to keep that to myself. But it's amazing the way that they both do it. Pat's and Geno's. But that's how they keep that line moving.
You're a man of many secrets, Moose. I like it.
Yeah, well, you know how it is. So, so what else is up? How you guys? I see you guys doing very well. That's very good.
Yeah, we're doing great,
I'm
man.
glad you're doing what you're doing. And it's a good thing that you guys are doing, and I'm glad to see you wearing a Chain Gang T-shirt. That's pretty awesome. And that's about it.
That's
Moose. About the story of Geno's.
All right, we got the Geno's, but so obviously you're a professional wrestler, and you had a connection. I met you when I started getting trained by Pretty Boy Larry Sharp over at the Monster Factory, and I even worked with you in the ring. I don't know if you were. I even showed you a few things here and there. I don't know. Yeah, I reached out to you. If I remember right, I remember reaching out to you. I think I probably saw the Geno's video of you with the baseball bat, at Geno's. And I was like, man, I gotta, and I heard about you. When you get in the wrestling business, you do your homework. You find out about the guys before you. That's what a lot of people don't do, man. I was taught by Larry to respect the business. show respect to the guys who came before you. So I think I'd reach out to you and said, hey, man, you know, these are the days I'm training. Stop by, blah, blah, blah. And I think you came over, something like that. But,
Of course, yeah, I stopped in, yeah. Yes, I did. I used to, like, when Larry was there, it was a really nice place.
Larry loved you.
Larry, I always liked Larry.
Larry was a good guy. He was a big
me and
fan.
Larry got along really well.
How about that Danny Cage
we got
character?
along.
Do you get along with him?
Danny Cage? I don't like Danny Cage, and I don't care. Who knows it or who don't know it, I don't like him.
Yeah, he runs the Monster Factory. It's not really the factory. Larry owned the factory. You know, I don't like calling his place the Monster Factory. I trained there, but, you know, when Larry was there.
Exactly. And once Larry passed away, I mean, and how Danny got that position, I'll never know. He only did one real wrestling match in his life.
Yeah,
how he became a trainer.
He was a bum-ass wrestler who never made it. Larry used to always... No. Larry didn't even know who he was when he first came in. Larry didn't remember training him because, you know, he was a bum wrestler. You know, he's a little bitch.
And
Did he wear a T-shirt?
He was 100 and nothing pounds.
On a good day.
5 foot nothing, 100 and nothing, and he thought he was a big shot wrestler. But that's beside the point. I mean, the bottom line is
scumbag.
Bottom line is I don't know how he could teach. All he did was rely on the guys.
He never taught. I was there when he was there. He didn't teach. He did the business part.
Yeah,
we had guys like Larry and Bill Wiles and Gary Wolf. You know, we had real Luis Martinez, who's in WWE. They were the trainers.
Exactly.
Danny, mopped the floors and did the business part. He was the business.
He relied on guys. He relied on guys like me, Jake Bishop.
Jake Bishop,
Martinez,
good guy,
and everybody else to do the training to make him look good. So, you know, that's the way I feel about him. So, I mean, he actually, for him to teach wrestling is a joke. So, but that's the way I feel about him. But how he even has that place still running, I don't even know if it's still running. Is it still up and running?
I don't know. But, you know, he has that place because he, you know, weaseled his way in. Well, you know, enough about him, you know.
He weaseled his way in. But, yeah, Larry wasn't feeling good, and he kind of weaseled his way in, and that's how he got it. So, but, I mean, to actually train wrestlers, I don't know how he can do that because he don't even know how to wrestle.
So, Moose, we're going to get off the scumbag, and we got a question for you. We're doing this Elite Eight cheesesteak bracket. You know, we got the top 8, our top 8 cheesesteaks in Philly. And they're going to play each other like a March Madness bracket. And then we got one that's going to win. Are you familiar? Did you see our bracket at all?
Yeah. I just have one question for you guys. Did you guys ever try Little Pete's off Cotman Avenue?
Oh, yeah. I love Little Pete's, man.
Oh, okay. So you guys have tried it. Yeah, because that's like a little place you would never think that had kick-ass cheesesteaks.
Yeah, the real tiny little place, too.
It's just like it's like a little trail on the side.
Yeah, right on the Delaware River right there.
Right around, it's right across across the street.
Like State, I think State Road.
Right by the strip club, right?
Next door.
Yeah, it's right in front of the strip
club. You guys
club.
know where it is?
Tim knew right away. You said it. Tim, the strip club, brother. They sell girls and blow in that corner.
Yeah, and I forgot about the strip club. I
bet you did.
Into that strip club. But Little Pete's was a good little place. I mean, especially in Philly. You talk about Philly steaks. I mean, they were pretty good and they're pretty quick, and they made them right there for you. You know, you ordered it, they made it. So
they're not on our list.
You know, they made it the way you want it.
What?
They were a good little place.
Who do you?
And I even knew that owner.
You know everybody.
That was actually. Yeah, I knew everybody in Philadelphia. Yes, I did.
You're a good guy, so you know people are drawn to you.
Yeah, but now I'm down in Florida, and I couldn't get a good cheesesteak of it. You couldn't get a good cheesesteak of one hit you in the head. I mean, they just don't know how to do it.
That's the truth.
The meat's terrible. The bread's terrible. And if they do it, they try to call it a Philly cheesesteak, and they just add all kind of like they'll put mushrooms, onions, and they just add all kind of garbage on there just to try to give it taste. But all down here, they're terrible. They suck.
We want your pick, Moose.
It's totally a different story.
Moose.
What's that?
We want, out of our Elite Eight, we want to find out who you think's going to win the tournament. I'll go over the names real quick.
Pat.
You think Pats is going to win it?
Pats is going to win.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
Pats is the number 8 seed out of 8. So you're picking the Cinderella. I mean, like that
some
pick.
Of the other places,
we got John's Roast Pork. They're
somebody-
playing John's Roast Pork in the first round.
well, some of the places I haven't been to, I told you about that one place. It used to be called Kinks, but they changed it to Joe's, I think.
Joe's, they're in our bracket.
They were very good. They have that little snack bar in there when you walk in, right? Like the old fashioned,
over on
like the
Torresdale.
soda shop kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what it's called, Joe's Soda
and
Shop.
It's in Northeast Philly.
Yeah, they're good on Torresdale.
They make an awesome steak too.
Yeah, they're
and Tony Luke's makes a good sandwich too. I mean, it's a tough one. It's a tough call.
I'm gonna pencil you in as Pats.
Yeah, you could pencil me in, Pats. Yeah, for sure. Because I think they're probably overall they're probably going to take it because they've been around the longest. They were there before Geno's. They were there before everybody else, and everybody else copped.
Moose.
So I would say Pats would have to win it.
Moose,
when it comes down to
I like your pick.
Go ahead.
I like your pick, man. I like you calling in, man. You're a great guy. We're going to have to get going, let you back to that glorious life you're living in Florida. Thanks for calling in. Thanks for giving us your pick. And keep on being a man, Moose.
You got it, brothers. You guys keep doing a good job like you guys are doing. Everybody loves it. So it's a good thing what you're doing, and you guys have a good night.
See you, brother. Yeah, Yanni the Greek was looking at me the whole time, Dorn. He has no idea who Madman Moose was. He's looking at me like,
Chain gang, bro.
He's like,
dude is incredible. He sounds like a party.
and he looked at the back of my shirt that I had, the Chain Gang shirt, and said, what did this say? Heads are going to roll.
Heads are going to roll.
And then, Yanni asked me when I walked in, what does that mean? I'm like, oh, you got to meet the guy.
I know what that means, but I think it's all coming together now.
He'll find out once he makes a couple bad picks.
But Moose is a great guy, though. Moose is a great guy.
So you know what? He brings up a pretty good something that I've been thinking about. So who do you think is the biggest, upset scare here? For my money, for instance, I think Jim's wins this first round and gets a lot of picks in the championship.
You think
round.
Jim's beats Tony Luke's? That's a 3-2.
Yeah, I like. I think I like that. So what are you guys thinking? Where do you see upsets happening here in the first round?
Maybe Joe's over DeLisandro's. El Sanders, whatever.
All right, so you guys are going, 3s over to 2s. Moose brought up the 4, but that was also the last seed. That was our 8th seed.
That was the play-in game.
And he's having them going over our number 1 seed, John's Roast Pork, who people like this place.
Yeah.
But I like his pick, man, because he went with the OG. He kind of gave homage to these people.
Yeah. Well,
and
he broke it down in a good way that they were there before and they kind of set the scene for what.
Madman's an old school guy, the streets of South Philly.
Threatening people with barbed wire baseball
What's
bats.
the first matchup we're gonna do and we're gonna examine?
His pick. We're gonna, when we get that's the first
matchup head to head.
John's Roast Pork and Pat's. And if Moose gets that pick right, what's the odds on that, Jan? Did you do the odds yet?
I mean, in the tournament for a 1 seed to go down in the first round.
Yeah,
you're-
but there's 64 teams, cuz.
Sure.
This is the Elite
okay.
8.
So if you want to break it down to like,
No, Yanni, this is what we're going to do, Yanni.
Probably like a plus 400. you know
No,
what
no,
I mean?
Yanni. I'm not even listening to what you're saying,
plus
Yanni. This is our
400,
show.
maybe
We're not
plus
going to let you
420.
hijack it again. You got homework this week. I want you to give us the odds on all 8 cheesesteak places.
Okay, I could do that.
Yeah, I told you. No wonder you can't. What?
Okay, man.
It wasn't a fucking
Tim,
request.
Tim, control your guy. So Yanni the Greek
He's
is
like,
going to
if
get
I
us.
have some time, I'll do it. Oh.
Yanni the Greek is going to get us the odds on the Elite 8. And I want to see what Pat's over John's is. What does that pay? Are you going to take
So,
bets for this? Or?
So well, all right. Well, let's
Shall we open the book?
look at let's look into it. Do you want me to do the matchup odds, or do you want me to do 1 to 8? What are their odds to win the whole tournament, or both?
Both.
How about we do both, Jan? What do you think?
Man, what the hell is he? Homework? What is this, like a math class or
We
something?
don't ask you to do much.
I thought I dropped out of college. What the hell?
Jan, it's going to be great, though, and I know you're going to do it. And
I got you.
I just really want to see the odds of Pat's over John's.
For you guys, I'll make it happen. If Toxic Mike asked me, maybe I wouldn't have done it.
I wouldn't have either.
So, Yanni, you were really looking at me crazy when Moose was telling the story. How he went to Gino's. It was with a film crew, and it was actually through the Monster Factory where I trained to be a pro wrestler. We had this great film crew, and they were filming this awesome reality show, man. It was supposed to be big. Some things happened. Never. Someone was asking me, what happened to it. You can still watch some of the videos, but it never came to the big screen. It was supposed to be on like Spike TV and all this stuff. It was when I first started, so they would follow me around, and as like one of the new trainees and everything. It was pretty cool. But they followed Madman around, and he went to Gino's, and he shows up there with the baseball bat with the barbed wire and says, I'm cooking the steaks today.
So he,
or something like that.
So he showed up with like the intention was, I'm going to beat everybody's ass if I don't get to cook steak.
I think he asked nicely though. I think he said, "Hey, I'm the cook."
I mean, that's a hero. That's a world class hero right there. I mean,
and they threw a shirt on him.
People to work.
Like
see, people don't have that anymore in this world. They all want handouts. Nobody has them.
Now, if he tried that, it'd have 3 people out the door like, all right, yeah, I'm taking the day off. You take my job, brother.
Yeah, but it worked. There's video out there, pictures of Madman there with his baseball bat. Like he said, he's an intimidating guy. But that's a big experience for Philly, being able to be that guest cook.
Guest cook. That have other people done that? Is that a real thing?
I think Madman might be the first. I don't know. Maybe
guest cook. I mean, maybe that's an avenue we should kind of look down here, guys, and get into one of these places, chop it up. I mean, I used to do it over there at Pat's Pizza, so
So you got some
give me a chance.
The King of Pizza?
No, Pat's Select is what it's called now.
Why is there so many Pats? Pizzas.
A lot of guys named Pat make food.
There's only one king.
I think it's kind of audacious claiming that you're the King of Pizza.
But what if you are?
I never heard of them before, except for when I drove by them, so I doubt they're the King of Pizza.
Have you had their pizza?
No, because of their audacity calling themselves the King of Pizza.
How can you tell? How can you tell they're not the king now? If you're not, you got to go try it.
You know what? I'll go try it. If it's garbage, I'm going to take a bite out of it, and it's bad, I'm throwing it on the ground.
If you're garbage, I'm going to throw you on the ground, Tim. That's not how life works. Sometimes you got to take garbage. You got to put some headphones on them, give them a microphone, and let them do their thing.
And then let them pick sports.
We need an inspirational guest on this show. We're all starting to get a little.
We're not doing any inspiration.
Just agitate him.
I'm not inspired.
Yanni's pissing everybody off.
Madman Moose was pretty fucking inspirational, right? That was that attitude. If you want something in life, you can do it. If you're,
If you wrap some barbed wire around a baseball
your
bat.
arms are big enough and your bat's not scary enough.
Sounds borderline criminal, but yeah.
Not in Philadelphia.
He got
I mean,
the job done.
Bad things do happen in Philadelphia.
That's how you show up to a job interview in Philly. If you don't have your barbed wire baseball bat, you're not going to get that big promotion. You know what I mean?
He got the job done. He's also, Moose is a likable guy. He's also scary, but I worked for him at UWF. He ran shows. He had a wrestling federation. It was hands down my favorite place. He had his his partner, his tag team partner from the Chain Gang. They were all good guys.
Seems like a high quality shirt too.
Yeah, they're great shirts, man. I had to support my man. But you heard it from him. The upset pick is Pat's over John's roast pork. What do you think about that pick, Tim? You like it? No?
No, now I got to think about it. Right? I was thinking John's first seed. It's going to go probably all the way, but
He made a good point. He made a good argument for it.
I'm really
for
hungry
Pats.
now, too.
Well,
Talking
this
all
happens
these
every week.
cheesesteaks.
We got Moose's pick. We'd like to hear other people's pick. Who's going to win. And we'll give you the odds, too, when Yanni gets them. We'll see if there's an upset.
I'm pretty sure I used that Wingador sauce this week on like everything. I got like half a bottle left.
Wingador.
Mac and cheese Wingador sauce.
Yeah, on Sunday there was like
Wingador sauce.
there was like some roast pork sandwiches on Sunday where we were watching the game. I dumped that sauce on there. It was delicious.
The stuff's great, man. Anybody
Hamburger.
who wants that, elwingadorsauce.com. That stuff's great, man. I don't just say it because I like the dude. If you didn't have a good product, I say it. It was great stuff. You can put it on anything. You can support him by going to elwingadorsauce.com. Right,
Mac
Tim?
and cheese. I put it on mac and cheese.
Put it on anything. Perfect.
The man knows wing sauce. He's a five-time.
Five-time.
What
were you doing? Jazz
I was doing the Booker T.
That cheerleading
Is it
experience
this way?
comeback?
I don't know, man. I'm Booker T.
Now, you're Yanni the Greek and you do sports, so I don't know why you're talking right now. But we'll hear more of you next week on Hungry for Hope.
If your picks are right.
Everybody's going to be bugging me all week. When's Yanni's picks? What's Yanni's picks? You're going to release them on Saturday, so they're going to have to wait.
I have to wait till Saturday.
You gave the one pick, the Eagles. You picked the Eagles?
Yeah, I think the Eagles win and cover this game. I think they kind of wake up for the first time and realize that they need to win this division.
So anybody bugging me about the picks, he has tomorrow's pick. You'll get Sunday's picks on Thursday, and then you can tune in next Wednesday at 7 p.m. and find out how he did. Find out what the hell Tim's up to.
Yeah.
Well, for now, Tim, where are we going? Out of here, long fly.
What the fuck was that?
Hungry for Hope Nation. Thank you for tuning in. We're out of here.